which comes down to money. So this is actually a two-point question. Number one is, how is your position funded, and what impact might the county budget shortfall have on the coroner position?
Our budget comes from the general fund for the county budget, which is made up of both sales tax and property tax. We get a small portion of each of those. The commissioners have asked us to come up with a 7% and a 9% cut on our budget. As I said before, it makes it very difficult for us because it means the loss of people. I just had to cut my chief deputy position, and so I'm down to myself and my deputies. Like I said, I'll be doing more death investigations myself, but I don't mind doing that because that's what I was trained to do in the first place. So I think those are the biggest challenges that we have financially, but those are the kind of things we're looking at for next year.
Again, just question repeated. First of all, how is your position funded, and what impact might the county budget shortfall have on the coroner position?
As Mr. Sandstrom said, that comes from the general fund. That's pretty much outside of the coroner's hands. They hand us what we've asked for minus some. And losing people is never easy. It does mean more work all the way around. I don't think anybody's a stranger to downsizing and tightening the belt. Unfortunately, it would mean more work for everybody there, but it could be done, and it might mean less paid holidays. It might mean less time off. It might mean having to go and actually reach out to other counties and utilize our facility to its fullest potential, charging them for the service.
Thank you. So with that, we come to the end of our session to this morning, and I want to first of all remind you again that next week we are fortunate to have Representative 35th District, Position 1. We have Daniel Griffrey and Kathy Haig will be here tomorrow, or next week I should say. Same bat channel, same bat phone. And with that, now we move into our final conclusions, where our candidates who are allowed 2 minutes to give a summary statement to share with you. And since we started off with the opening statements with Peter, I'd like to begin with Greg on the closing. Please.
I'd like to thank you again for allowing us to come here and fix some issues. It was the first time we've ever been here as in the coroner position, so it is kind of a special honor for me to be able to talk to people. I enjoy talking to people. We, as the coroner's office, myself included, we like to get out and talk to people that actually can talk back, and no pun intended, but it is nice to have communication and know how we're doing. I really appreciate the crowd that came this morning. Just like to say that we run a very tight ship in my coroner's office, and we do not allow things that would interfere from us serving the public the very best way. We are very, very conscious of that. We have a very compassionate crew. I would not hire any deputies that did not have the qualifications that are very similar to mine. And I appreciate the time this morning. Thank you.
Well, I'm no stranger to resource management, and I'm no stranger to leadership. I've had several people who have literally trusted me with their lives over the years. I would say over 100 if you add them all up and communicated with them directly. I've been responsible for a budget of more than $2.4 million, and I have always come in on budget, on time, sometimes early, sometimes under budget, and I always manage to satisfy whatever the mission needs are. I think that it's important to consider that, as well as what you mentioned before in the potential budget cuts and definite budget cuts that are coming in the future, as well as my experience working with investigative services such as NATO and Interpol and the United States Special Forces Europe. So thank you very much.
So let's give a round of applause for our candidates.